so there's no key. It's all proximity key, I guess. I don't know. Now you guys, I've ridden the 114 before. I love it. It's a great motor. It's got good power. This is a very, the cool thing about this bike, and this is different, I've never seen a Harley do this. This has clip-ons. This has clip-ons and not handlebars. I have never seen a Harley do that. It's kind of new, and what they're doing, what Harley's doing, and I'm excited about this, I'm very excited about this, is they are building bikes for the new, younger generation of riders. I'm supposed to be following him, but he's going really slow. They're building bikes for the new generation of riders. Now, it's not one of those things that like all the new guys are all like, we're not buying Harleys because they got clip-ons, you know, or because they don't have clip-ons. It's just, it's different. It's a little more what the other companies are doing, and they're trying to separate themselves and make something different. Make something that people are like, oh wait, well, Harley's doing something different now. Harley's doing something new, and really kind of grabbing people's attention, because a lot of what Harley is not doing. A lot of who Harley is classic, and when you're a classic, you know, a classic brand, and everything you do is all about, you know, looking classic and cool and being and not changing. And I'm not saying Harley doesn't change, but because they do, but they're always looking like, you know, the classic style. They're not trying to be the most modern, most wild looking bikes, because that's why people love Harley Davidson. My dad rode a Harley Davidson. My grandfather rode a Harley Davidson, you know? And you can still feel like I'm riding a bike just like my dad did or my grandfather did. And that's what's awesome about Harley. But for them to adapt and to move, they have to start making bikes like this. And I'm very excited. What is interesting to me, what's interesting to me about this is I didn't hear about this until it came out. It's in some ways, maybe I'm living under a rock. That's absolutely possible. But I thought someone would have given me a phone call. Hey, Sean, we're coming out with a new FXDR. Love that big old fat intake. The Screaming Eagles they already have their Screaming Eagles Harleys like performance. Wow, 2 spark plugs for each cylinder. That's awesome. I just love the color scheme on this thing. I think this is a mean looking bike, and I can't wait to get it on some back roads. Now, what's this thing pull like? It pulls quick, but I have not had any room to really let it go. I can't wait to, though. The ergonomics of it, one, are not going to be as adaptable. They're not going to be as changeable as if they were handlebars. We can just put different handlebars. Now they might make different clip-ons. I'm sure someone will, but it's not as simple as, oh, just turn them up and turn them down. This is a very aggressive stance, much more aggressive than probably any Dyna I've ever ridden. This is going to feel more like a V-Rod or the Breakout. Other competitors' bikes. This is going to feel like a Diavel. We're about to turn. All right, so what's cool about this is there is a gear indicator on this thing. It also tells me how many miles I have till empty, which I've got 37. So that is plenty. You're probably not supposed to pass the guy who's initiating the trip, but these turns, they look nice and fun. They were just calling my name. I'm actually real impressed. This thing actually feels really nice, real nice in these corners, even though it's got that big fat 240 back tire. Where did he go? I'd lost him. So even though it's got that 240 back tire, it feels real comfortable. It feels real comfortable hitting these corners. Where to? Alright, let's get on it. Let's do it. Hold up. Alright. Wow. Alright, so I got into, I just got into third gear. Second gear pulled just as hard. Cracking into first gear, right? Second gear felt the exact same way. Woo, yeah! Yep, just pull out in front of me. That's alright. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just a man. Alright, so here's second gear. We're just cruising, doing 25. Very responsive. This thing's fun. This bike is a lot of fun. For a bike, I don't know what this bike weighs. I should probably know that stuff, but it's definitely it's no big old Harley. It feels nimble. It feels real nimble, and it pulls very well. Beautiful out here, guys. So not only do I love the style of this bike, I like what it looks like. It's a comfortable bike, but it's aggressive. It's also, you know, it's impressive to be able to have a bike that is as aggressive in performance and turns and stuff like that, but also can be gentle. You know what I mean? You could be cruising the back roads, one hand throttle. You could be cruising real slow into development. You know what I mean? But then you just twist that throttle and this thing just moves. It is a lot of fun. Dual brake rotors on the front. Brakes feel awesome. This may be the best braking Harley Davidson. Brake as in stopping that I've ever ridden. I mean, this thing stops very well. It's got the adjustable suspension, which is cool. You know, so this is more of a they're going for that. It's not a full-blown, it's not a sport bike. Don't compare this to the R1. Don't compare it to the GSX-R 1000. You know what I mean? This is a new age, a new era of muscle bike, and they're designing it for a different age of people. And I'm liking it. I think it's super cool. I want to see Harley succeed. And if you're an American, you know, and I honestly, I think most of the world does too. Now, if Harley could just figure out something that keeps my mustache out of my face, out of my mouth, then I'll be all in. it was very important that I get in soon to test drive this bike, because it is not going to last long. They sell a lot of bikes, but I think I don't know if that many dealerships got more than one of these. Just because I don't know why. Now I test drove this bike. I was at this is Hannum's Harley Davidson. There are 4, maybe even 5 Hannums. They got a couple around Philly. They got one in Sellersville, one in Rahway, and I think they have another one. If you guys are looking for a dealership that, if you're in this area, you're looking for a dealership that treats you right, I buy a lot of bikes from Hannum's, so they definitely treat me right. I forgot my gloves.